Welcome to day 6 of the Classic Roundup. Once again here at Tamworth. Felicity, another big day. We went from lots 318 to 596. Once again, great lineup of horses. We're back in the classic age horses. Huge day.
Big day, and you know, I'm pretty sure we got through them a bit quicker today than what we did yesterday. Everyone sort of understands what's going on and to be there and get them through, and wasn't there some good horses go through there?
There was. We'll catch up with the agents a little later on, and they'll pick out some, you know, highlights that they seen go through there today. That's a job in itself. I'm you know, I don't want that job to...
Oh, I reckon there's too many to list, isn't there?
So now we're back onto our program over in the Camp Draft Arena. Just due to the state of the ground, they put last night off. We come back tonight. Great move. You know, we got top class horses galloping on that ground. We got cattle. We got riders. So everyone's interests were at heart there. So
we've got tonight's program the same as what it always was, and last night's program's going to be run tomorrow night.
Correct.
Yeah.
So we start off at 5 p.m. with the Pride's Easy Feed NCCA Rider round 2. The Dalgety Stallion Shootout round 1, Charlie Marr Young Guns final, the Jimmy Matthews Memorial Ladies Draft, the big one we've all been waiting for, the Classic Final. Also, we're going to catch up with Heritage Stock Horse breeder Cody Law. We're going to discuss the $10,000 HSH incentive will be paid out tonight.
It's a lot of money, isn't it, getting put up for it?
There's 4 riders in contention for 3 payouts, and that will go off.
Yeah.
Look forward to that. Not only Cody Law, we're going to be catching up with Charters Towers competitor, Matt Stanger. It'd be great to catch up with Matt to talk about his horses, the challenge, the camp draft.
Yeah, Matt's been a great competitor and brings horses to a lot of the Nutrien sales. I think he's got 5 or 6 in it this year, so it'll be great to have a chat to him. So after the break, we'll be catching up with Gavin Beard and Dane Pearce to give us a recap on today's pre-works.
G'day, I'm Peel Tribe from Navajo Trailers in Warwick, Queensland. We build custom-made truck bodies, trays, crates, horse floats, goosenecks and accommodation living trailers. From basic designs to high-end finishes, we offer personalised service with experience where it counts.
Well, welcome everyone. My name is Dane Pearce. I'm from Nutrien in Rockhampton. I've got Mr. Gavin Beard here from Nutrien in Scone. We just wanted to have a bit of a recap of what we've seen here today in the second day of the pre-works. So Gavin, we saw the Saturday horses come through and then the Sunday horses. So it did go really well today. Gavin, I don't know, do you want to give us a few of the picks of what you liked and what you saw?
Oh no, but once again it was an outstanding lineup of quality horses. Once again, like I say, each year it seems to get bigger and better, and the quality of horses and the efforts that people have put in this year, second to none. There was some, it's hard to single out any particular horse, but there was certainly some standouts in my mind. There was a number of 3-year-old mares that really sort of struck me, but lot 469, she'll get offered on Saturday. She's a Metallic Cat mare, 3-year-old mare of Huey Miles's. I think Metallic Romance was the name. She's a dual ray bred mare. I thought she was an extremely athletic, talented mare. Huey, good supporter of the sale, always brings some good ones through. Might another one, lot 341. Once again, more good supporters of the sale was Brett and Joy Peachy, another good 3-year-old mare. KOOLIBAH Stormcat was her name. She was on a stylish oak. Out of a mare called Stormcat, and once again, like Brett and Joy, they always bring a bit of quality. So there was a couple of pretty nice mares in my mind. I think you had a couple more.
Yeah, when we looked through the Saturday run, I one that did catch my eye was lot 472. That's one of John and Stacey Mitchell's from TOOMBA down there in the bottom of New South Wales. It was Yinarabran Audrey. It was a 3-year-old mare by Conman. presented really well, had done a lot of work from a really strong mare line of open winners. Really quiet, and just one of those horses that's just loaded up and ready to go. So that was one of John and Stacey's 472 I did really think quite a bit of. Sailing that was Saturday. I did want to mention was really impressed with the 2 charity lots that are going to be put up, and the proceeds all donated to the Classic Ladies Foundation. This year they're supporting the Black Dog Institute and the Melanoma Patients Australia, so it's a really good cause. The first of the charity lots for Saturday was lot 459, and that has been donated by Jason and Rachel Leach from Springshaw, so it's really wonderful that they've donated such a quality article. It was a 3-year-old gelding by the name of Tough Hat. He's by Pepto Stylish Oak's son in QXH Bonita's Stylish Oak, and out of Cat in a Hat daughter. He's had the full cutting program, presented really well, and Jason and Rachel did a really, really outstanding job. He's definitely one to watch. And then again, after that, we'll go to 460, and that's the Mark and Shelley Ruff horse. They're from down in Victoria. They donate one each and every year, have been doing it for several years, and it's really great. Mark and Shelley have come on board again. That's put through by Tony O'Neill. Tony did a really great job, and that was BULLA SAVANNA. It was a 3-year-old mare by Sophisticated Cat, so really well bred, and I noticed that they did think it's the best charity horse that they've offered so far. So that's going to be one BULLA SAVANNA 460 out of an Acres Destiny daughter there too. So that was the charity lots that we did want to mention, and they were really, really good competitive lots.
Yeah, no, it's unreal, like the generosity that both of those guys, but also the whole program puts together, and especially to bring 2 horses of that calibre through this sale. Here at Nutrien, very proud to be a part of that. But those guys that do that donating, it's not only donating the horses, but the work that goes in to getting that preparation done. So a big thank you to both those particular vendors for doing that. But I had a couple of others marked up. Another one for Saturday, which I thought was a pretty nice mare, and it was really interesting. Lot number 480, another 3-year-old mare on account of Willinga Park this time. And Willinga Park, Famous Contessa is her name. Now, she was a really interesting horse to me. She's by Hazelwood Conman himself, out of a full-blood sister to Troy Palmer's Binnia's Impressive Destiny. So, that's to me, there's a wealth of breeding on both sides there. Not only is she bred in the purple, but the performance that particular 3-year-old mare might bring to the arenas at some stage could be pretty outstanding. So she got a big tick from me. And on Sunday, we were looking through the Sundays, and there was a young colt there that I thought a bit of. It was a 2-year-old colt that lot number 541, Isaac Westerhouse. He was a 2-year-old fellow. Spring Steer was his name. He's a one-time royalty colt, and out of a mare called Perfect, which is, of course, she was a racketeer cat. I tell you, in my mind, he looks like a really exciting young colt coming along. He worked the house down there today as a 2-year-old, and the effort these guys go to get them to that level is second to none. So from my point of view, there were a few standouts that I thought throughout the day.
Yeah, I saw 541. He was really impressive and presented up just outstanding. As far as Sunday goes, I did have one more that caught my eye, and that was lot 489. So that'll be on Sunday morning, and that was a horse. It's on account of Kurt and Erica Hanrahan from Nebo. They're in Queensland, and it's Yavin Smooth Sailing. It's a 4-year-old gelding by Smooth as a Cat, and it's actually, Simon Booth was very quick to tell me this, it's a full brother to the $2,000 and $30,000 mare that Simon sold back here in 2019. It's also in tonight's Classic final, so that is, I think there's going to be, you're going to see a bit of interest there again. Had a really good start and is just ready to load up and go. Travel around really nice, presented well. So yeah, that's that 4-year-old gelding, Yavin Smooth Sailing of Kurt and Erica's. That's going to be lot 489 on Sunday.
It'll be a one to watch. He's, like you say, he was a full brother to the $230,000 horse there a few years ago, so he'll be one to keep an eye on.
Yeah, so yeah, that is what we saw today for the pre-works for the horses on Saturday and Sunday. And tomorrow we get into it at 8 a.m. sharp here with lot number 1. We'll see you there.
So here today on the panel we've got the NCCA president, oversees all the associations, camp draft associations that is. Welcome, Cody.
Thanks, Brett.
Now, Cody, the NCCA, obviously they're big supporters of the Nutrien Classic, but to be able to host their rider title here, that must be a big feather in their cap.
Yeah, look, I think it's really taken the national rider title to a new level. We started at Warwick a few years ago, and that was a great venue, obviously, and all the top competitors were already there. So coming here has just been a really good fit for everyone, I think. I think Landmark before, Nutrien now have been really happy to host it. We don't really have to do a lot. They're always happy to supply the cattle and do all the stuff you don't see. But Prides have stayed on as a long-term sponsor since we started. That's been really great. That's given it some momentum, and it's been able for us to plan ahead and know that we can run it. And yeah, I think it's been a really good fit here, and the riders enjoy it, and it's an honour to be in it.
It's a wonderful thing that not only we see the best of the up-and-coming horses, the classic horses and stuff like that, we see those top riders out of those associations. Yeah. They bring down their best horse that they can go round for round because it's so prestigious. They bring their best. So yeah. we see the best camp drafting at that open level. Yeah,
for sure. It's there's just a handful of competitors that actually make the trip with their best horse just to compete in it. Most people are competing here already in classic or the open or whatnot, but you know, they take it pretty seriously.
Yeah, they wouldn't miss out on that privilege to come down here and ride in it. Hey, it's such a privilege.
No. And I think there's a few of them, Felicity, that really work hard to make that top 5 so they can ride in this. Yeah. Like, it's not just the year-round points within their association. It's about qualifying for this event as well.
It's an end goal. Yeah, for sure. I know some people that have done that. Yes.
Yep.
So, Cobe, we're going to step back. We'll take it back just on 12 months. We've driven away from the sale, and we want to work out a plan to showcase the heritage stock horse a little more to the breeders, the vendors, and you're a big part of this incentive, along with Matt Holtz. Then we took an idea back to the board to come up with the Heritage Stock Horse Classic incentive, and that was going to start in 2022 from this sale on. We're lucky enough to get the backing of the board to put up for tonight's Classic a $10,000 no entry fee, just a $10,000 guaranteed cash prize tonight for the top 3 places here in the Classic. So that'll go $5,000 to the winner, $3,000 for second place and $2,000 for third. We have 4 horses in that Classic final eligible for this money, and we don't have to win it. It will get paid out tonight.
Yep, that's
and
right.
So in the pre-works, if you've seen a horse go around with a sticker like that on its rump, saddle pad, for the years to come, they will be able to compete for that incentive.
Yep.
So in 2022, there'll be a small entry fee to go in it. That'll be matched by the Australian Stock Horse Society. We're hoping, we've got a guaranteed prize pool of $10,000. We're hoping that prize pool will get to $25,000 that will get paid out every single year.
Yep.
So if you see a cheap heritage horse going through the sale, you put your hand up if it's got one of those on it, because there's a big chance you might be competing against 20 or 30 horses and it could be a $25,000 payout.
Yeah, it's a great bonus. I think clearly the incentive there is that not only it's to give back to those people that have bred those horses and bought those horses, but you know, clearly it's an incentive to show others that, well, why didn't I get that extra 5 or 8, whatever it becomes? Well, you need to ride one of those. How do I get one? Well, you either buy one here or you breed one and sell it through to give your clients an option to that.
I think it's a great advert for that breed society, for sure, yeah.
And it's not one of those things that, you know, we're going on a whim and a prayer to try and, you know, get one of those horses to win the Classic. I think we've had 4 winners of the Classic be heritage classified. So there's no, you know, just from memory. You know, you look at Ben McNaughton's Ranch Denali, Pat Smythe's horse was, you know, that's just two that are, you know, straight off the top of my head.
The one Michael won on.
Hazelwood Advice.
Yep.
No.
No?
Skips out mine, but
Brown mare that PJ.
Luck Enough Horizon.
Horizon, that's it.
So it's not a, you know, oh, we buy one and we're not going to be competitive. They've won it. They will win it again. You know, having 4 horses in the final tonight, that's, you know, that's enough confidence to tell you, you know, there's a horse that's young Luke Cheney's riding. He's on 180 points. That's our leader in the Heritage Incentive. Yeah. So it's going to be amazing.
Yep. No, I think it's a great idea, and well done to the board for taking it on. You know, we did have those few discussions about it, and I guess I was on about it for quite a while when that's something like this, when I was on the board a couple of years ago, and I'm glad that it's come through. Well done.
So Cody, you pre-worked your horses over the previous 2 days. Happy with the horses?
Yeah, there's always that first time in the selling ring with the speakers on and the extra crowd and a bit more atmosphere. Those younger horses always, you know, you're never quite sure what you're going to get. And what I've always been fairly sure of is that when they let the beast in and you start to track your beast, that's their happy place. And you know, I hope people can see that they've got some natural ability, and they have not overtrained. They haven't had a whole lot of cutting out, but you know, those young horses, I think that's just a nice start, that they're just tracking softly, and it's up to the new owner to take them where they want and train them however they want.
Well, Cody, we thank you for your time on the panel today, and the best of luck with your sale, and no doubt you'll be up on the hill watching the finals tonight.
Sure will. Thanks, Brett.
Thanks, Cody.
And after the break, we're going to catch up with Charters Towers man, Matt Stanger.
So we welcome Matt Stanger from Charters Towers to the panel. Welcome, Matt. Thanks for joining us.
Hey,
Matt.
Really good. So Matt's got a couple of horses in the sale of his own. I do believe another 2 for Rondeau Stud, Barry and Liz Miller, also from Charters Towers. You've got 6 all up or 5?
Nah, 5. 5 plus, yeah.
Right.
Another Play Rio mare of Beth Lawrence's, who lives in Brisbane. Yeah, pretty nice mare.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you've travelled down from Charters Towers. How long did it take you to get down here?
3 days. I do it over 3 days coming down, just to give the horses plenty of spell, because it is a long trip, and most of the horses never been anywhere. Like the 2 little 2-year-old colts only been broken in 7 weeks, so you know it's a big thing for them to come out and go down there. You know, travel 3 days.
Yeah.
So it's about 1700k.
Yeah,
roughly.
wow.
Yeah.
It's there's a lot in prepping these young horses and keeping them, you know, sane of mind and making sure we're looking after the welfare of them as well, isn't it? You know,
for sure.
You know, and showing them off through the sale ring.
Yep.
Matty, now you've also bought a horse through the Nutrien sale 2 years ago.
Yeah, I bought a couple through here. Yeah.
So you bought him back last year for the Classic.
Yeah, he came back as a 4-year-old last year, and I was lucky enough to win the Classic cutout last year on him in a runoff. So I was pretty happy with that. $500 cash, and I got a Shines Like Metallic service fee. So thank you, Belinda, for that service fee, which I've got a nice RS Chisholm mare and foal to.
Wow.
Now. And come back this year and I run the cutout off on him again the other day.
On that same horse?
Didn't get the chocolates this time, but still he went really well. I was happy.
Kudos to you for being up in that winner's circle anyway, mate. It's just good to get back there in the runoff, so well done.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, for sure. So you've also sold horses through our other sister sale, the TOOMBA Supreme sale. Last year it actually got put back thanks to COVID.
Yep.
Changed its name to the Birthday Bonanza and ran it in August. It was 100% online sale.
Yep.
How many did you put through that one, mate?
6 I put
6
through
horses.
for clients, it went really well. We're really happy with the result. It was very different to do because there was nobody coming to inspect or anything like that. We had to do a lot of videoing and stuff like that, but I think it was a really successful sale, from what the times were anyway, like
Yeah.
COVID times and that.
That's
Yeah.
right. So tell us quickly, what did you put into these videos that you used for the sale? You know, you had to provide this video for your vendors, for your purchasers to come in or to look at online.
Yeah.
What did that entail? How did you go about it? How long did it take?
Well, it took a couple. We did it over a few days. The clients were very good. They had a drone that we put up in the air and done a lot of drone footage, and just a lot of camera footage as well, like you know, photos, videos. You know, obviously you can't get them all in one day because cattle don't sort of run the way you want them to at times. So we had to do a few shots and a few takes. But no, it was worked out really well.
Yeah.
Matt, just going back to your Rondu horses that are in the sale, and I haven't seen their pedigree, but
Yep.
it's been a known fact that the Rondu stud had probably the biggest band of Spinifex broodmares in the country. Does anything still go back to that foundation of Spinifex?
Yeah, majority of their mare line does, Brett. Yeah, the two little colts I've got here are both by Highlight Cat.
Yeah.
One's out of a Shining Sheriff mare who has got a Spinifex mother, and the other one's out of a Doc's Crack and Oak mare who is by Spinifex, obviously. And yeah, they're both really nice colts. They've only got broken in sort of end of November, early December, so they've really only been broken in for about 8 weeks. So for what they're doing, you know, they're really impressive in the mind and the way they're going. Yeah, I'm really happy with them.
Just quickly back to that Bonanza sale, it actually averaged $9,000 across the board. I'm pretty sure the horses that you put through the sale, that was your average too. You had around that $9,000 mark across the 6 horses
Yep.
through the August sale.
Yep.
It's running again next year, or this year, from the 28th of April to the 2nd of May, and the nominations actually close on the 19th of February. So we get home from Nutrien here, and we've got a couple of weeks to decide on what we've got to put back through the sale. The birthday Bonanza sale grossed over $900,000. It was so impressive. The very first online horse sale that the Nutrien guys have run, and we're really looking forward to having Auctions Plus here at the Classic this year. They've done a fantastic job with that one, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of horses sold online here this year.
They tell me that's why Boothie had to get a new hat down here, because it was his baby going online, and everyone told him it wouldn't work and everything else. The next minute they've had a bumper sale, they've sold them from home, and he's a legend. So yeah, normally wears a 57 hat. I think he had to go into a 60 down here.
I believe
so
that, yeah.
Maverick's got a quick 500 out of
It
him.
might have had something to do with maybe him not having to have a haircut over COVID. You know, his hair grows this much, but he's got a big head of hair, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So that'd bump the size up pretty quick too.
So Matt, one of the early memories I've had of going to Cloncurry is seeing you there with a team of horses every year.
Yep.
As a well-renowned challenge competitor, you know, from up in the north of the Queensland, you know, from the Horse of the North, Rocky Rush, Cloncurry. What's one of your, you know, major memorable achievements in the challenge game?
By far, Brett, would be I bought a little Millionaire Chick colt one year there as a lead, and trained him up in One Horse of the North with him. So that was by far my biggest achievement. I was runner-up at Horse of the North a couple of years in a row on horses that I trained myself right from baby. So yeah, that as well. But winning it, definitely. Yeah, the year that I won it.
Yeah.
So if people are here over the next few days when the horse sale starts and they see a 2-year-old going around and they go, you know what, I've bought the horse, but I really want to come back, concentrate on the challenge, come and see you, take outside horses, train for the public?
Yeah, look, I don't do as much as I used to, but we've got 11,000 acres up there at Charters Towers, and my main income is obviously our cattle. But I still love horse training. I still love doing it. I want to kind of concentrate on some well-bred yearlings that I've got there of my own. But yeah, look, I still take the odd outside horse and train it. Yeah, I still enjoy doing it.
Well, Matt Stanger, thank you so much for joining us. We've really enjoyed catching up with you. Thanks for bringing horses to the Classic every year and purchasing something, selling something.
Thanks, Felicity.
Yeah, thanks again.
Thanks, Brett.
Thanks, Matt.
So after the break, we'll discuss proceedings of tonight's event.
G'day, I'm Peel Tribe from Navajo Trailers in Warwick, Queensland. build custom-made truck bodies, trays, crates, horse floats, goosenecks and accommodation living trailers. From basic designs to high-end finishes, we offer personalised service with experience where it counts.
Alrighty, so roughly starting at 5 p.m. tonight, we've got the Pride's Easy Feed NCCA rider title.
We better hurry up because I'm not going to miss a spot on the hill for these finals. So if you don't mind,
I was going to say, mate, you don't even have a watch on.
Yeah, well, come on. We've got to get up there. Like if
you got to talk a bit quicker, Brett.
Right. Let's go.
So we've got the NCCA rider title round 2. That's going to be good. We've got Stevie Comiskey leading with Lyra Parks Sigma on 91 points.
Yep.
Following that, we've got the Dalgety Stallion Shootout. How good's that going to be?
Like we said, Tony Mortimer goes out at 13 on his resident stallion. You're going to see them all. You're going to see ID.
Timed and Tuned, Raise Your Garter. How's that for the horse in there? We've had him second in the Stallion Shootout before. Open winner.
What about
Young
Time's
Guns
Up?
Winner.
What about Time's Up?
Yep, he's in there too.
He's in there and the Open final tonight.
Yeah, not bad.
So yeah,
we can't forget to mention One Stylish Pepto. He's in there. We get to see him in the flesh, and he's got that massive incentive in the Classic. For the winner of the Classic, they get 50 grand if you're on it. One Stylish Pepto. That's going to be very exciting. Following the Stallion Shootout round 1, we've got the Charlie Marr Memorial Young Guns final. How entertaining is that going to be?
These young guns riding for $12,000 cash and $5,000 in prizes. It's a huge event for those guys. It's going to be phenomenal for the confidence of those guys. There's some guys that have been in Gold Cup finals and everything else, but for those younger of the young guns that haven't experienced that, I think they need to go out there and just have a look around at the atmosphere, and it's going to be huge. Yeah,
for sure. We've got number 1 in the yards, Bo Butel, and he was last year's winner. So how's that for standard?
Leads him in, comes in on 88. So it's going to be a big night for Bo.
Yep, 12 grand cash, $5,000 in prizes. So
let's look through a few of the sponsors here tonight to what they supply. We've got Nutrien have got the caps, Nutrien have got the ribbons, Nutrien have got the garlands, Nutrien have got the Eddie Fisher Ride Tough buckles. Then we go down and we see the J Hall bronze, the replica of the great man Charlie Marr.
Yeah. Do you know how much goes into making a bronze?
I have no idea, but I know it will be hours and hours. And
it's more than hours. It's 1 whole month at least, minimum. I think that was just to cast it or just to set it. Sorry, Jay, I don't have the right terms, but I was listening to your fantastic podcast the other day about making these bronzes, and it's minimum of a month to build it, to make a bronze.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, you talk about, what you pay the plumber or the electrician per hour.
Yeah.
You couldn't pay Jay enough for the hours put into that.
I'm telling you now, it'd be overtime. It wouldn't be getting done, in the middle of the day. I'm pretty sure poor old Jay does this in the early hours of the morning or late evening because she's a busy woman.
Then we go down to the Chevin stock horse stud with the breeding to the great horse himself, Chevin Ivory. We've got trophy rugs from Easy On Rugs, an aero felt saddle pad. Then we go to the Jimmy Matthews Memorial Ladies Draft with $7,000 and $3,500 in prizes.
Yeah.
Huge sponsor of this was a great friend of Jimmy's himself, is Craig McNabb. They say the friendship there was just phenomenal, and what a great way to pay something back to the great man in Jimmy. I believe back to the Dalgety days.
Yeah.
It'd be a great honour for Craig, I have no doubt.
Wouldn't it what? And the other actual prize that they have is a little bracelet or a cuff. It is from Tumit Jewelers. That's the main prize that they will be receiving along with the cash. So it's beautiful. I've seen it myself, and I would do anything I could to have a go at it. I did try really hard, but I didn't get in the ladies final. They're taking the top 10 ladies across all the camp drafts. So currently we've got 9 ladies eligible or that have qualified, but we've got to go with at least one more, and we've got this, and that'll come out of the Stallion Shootout tonight.
Now also we've got another aero felt saddle pad. Then we've got a breeding to the Metallist of Stephen Hart. I'm glad I got that out this year because, man, I had some trouble with that last year. Then we go down to Des and Pat Castine with the 10 bottles of wine with a great man on the label, Mr. Ron Wall. I have tasted a bit of that wine, Felicity.
Not a bad drop.
Oh, it's outstanding. It tastes a lot better than the wine I normally drink.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well,
the wine
just goes to show the class of bloke.
Absolutely. Like I normally drink, the only wine I drink's on the whatever's left on the tables at a wedding when the grog's run out, and that's the only thing to drink.
Doesn't sound like there's going to be much of this one left by the go of it.
No, it's top class wine, and we caught up with Des and Pat throughout the week, and they're very passionate about their wine, and yeah, it's great to see them as part of the sponsors list. So I'm going to sign out. Like I've got the car running. I've got to get to the hill.
You got to go and find your watch, mate.
The classic final. Obviously, I'm trying to get over there to get my spot, and you're trying to slow me down. We want to go through
Business
the draw.
first. We better.
First out, Ben Hall, Rathcool, Doctor Who. Sold for $20,000 last year. 181.
Eligible for the One Stylish Pepto incentive. Another 50 grand cash on top of a possible the $50,000 that's up for the classic.
Second out, Cameron Wilson, Yenrelik Precise, $4,000 last year.
162 points.
Pete Comiskey, Time Checks, out of the Great Mare by Time's Up, $25,000 last year. Leanne Comiskey, Fossils Down Sunburst, a $16,000 purchase.
Will Durkin on AMAC Duckman, sold for $22,000. He's on 173 points.
Paul Carlin, Heatwaves Desire, owned by Dave Shelton, a $20,000 purchase, 2019.
Then we've got number 7, Ben Hall, Adamac Hustler, owned by Angus Rains, purchased for $8,000 on 166 points.
Paxton Pulford, Peel Vale Razorlina, owned by Rebecca Cadzo, a $25,000 purchase last year.
Number 9, Joe Payne, Mitchell's Chickless. Owner is Tristan Holcomb. Sold for $10,000 on 171 points.
John Templeton, no stranger to finals and big-time camp drafting, on One Chilly Night, owned by Debbie Gessler. $13,000 purchase, 170 points.
That's the first 10 riders that we've got in the Classic, and I just can't wait to get over there on the hill, Brett.
I can't wait to see number 1 out. That is going to set the dynamics
will,
for the whole camp draft.
I wonder how Ben's ticker is. It'll be right.
It's probably gone up like 1 beat a minute. So if it goes how we think, everyone's riding for second.
Yeah.
But if something happens or goes amiss, you could see them all at the back start to trot their horse up a bit more and say, we're all in it here now.
What have we got for second place? 20 or 30 grand?
$20,000 for second place.
Yeah, pays down the line. It's fantastic, isn't it?
Don't forget that heritage incentive. There's another $10,000 tonight to be paid out. I think it's Luke Cheney, 180 points. Going to be a big night for the young man.
For the stock horses, for sure.
Now, this is the biggest night of the week here at the Classic. There's going to be someone waking up tomorrow going, did that really just happen? Did I win the Classic last night? It is amazing. I would think there'll be a bigger party.
Do you think they'll be waking up, or do you think they'll just be seeing the sunrise?
Oh, the sunrise for sure. It's going to be great. We can't wait to see it. We'll bring you the full wrap-up of the final, the first round of the Stallion Draft, second round of the NCCA Rider, the young guns, the ladies. We've got a big wrap-up for you tomorrow on day 7 here at the Classic 2021.